Hello everyone, it's Connie from Lakeside, and as you can see I've now moved all the timber which was over there to one side and put it all in order as regards to size, so I can see what I'm doing as regards what I need and what I don't need. The track is now all taken up, so there's no temptation to run any more trains, so the start of the build of the new Lakeside is now underway, official. So, having gone through, I've got basically 3 different sizes of wood. There, there, and there. And this lot really is too big. This is all the wood left over from the first version of Lakeside. And I wanted to try and use as much as I possibly could, as you know, from the old Lakeside. Now, this is 2.5 by 1.5 inches. This is 3.5 inches by 1.5 inches. Because it's going to be modular, the modules need to be light and small enough for me to, if we move, or when we move, that I can take it apart and take it down the stairs. Now this, the 3.5 by 1.5, I think is going to be too heavy. The 1.5 by 2.5 is again possibly a little bit OTT. I think really what I need is 1 by 2 or 2 by 1 for the main framework of each module. I can use either that or that for the legs, which will be detachable. Excuse me. So this won't go to waste at all, but I think for the main framework of the baseboards themselves, then I think I'll probably go out and get some 2 by 1 and make a framework up from that, and then utilise this for anything else I need to construct, which I'm sure there'll be a lot of. So I doubt if any of this will go to waste. The only wood which I can't see me using at the moment is this here, which is really quite heavy. But I won't chuck it away. I will store it in the garage until I need it at some other stage. But at least I can certainly utilise that for legs, possibly that, but even so the legs are going to be horrendously heavy if I use this stuff. But again, I can store it in the garage and perhaps use it somewhere else, but we'll see. So this is the start. So I just wanted to show you initially what I was going to be doing. So I need to go out and get some 2 by 1, or the equivalent of in metric if they do that, and then I can start the construction of each of the modules. And I had a quick measure up with my trusty tape measure today, and it probably looks like there's going to be 2 modules either side of about 5 foot long each, and 1 module at either end, with corner pieces, 4 corner pieces, and 3 will be straight corners, and the 3rd will be over there where the camera is by the stairs. That will be the lift out section. So I'll have 2 modules there, 1 module, 2 corners, 2 modules, a corner, 1 module, and a lift out. That's the plan. So I think I can now start by jumping in my car and going down to B&Q or home base and getting some 2 by 1. Okay, so that's the start, and I will tag on the end of this video the first makings of the baseboards. And what I'll do, I'll probably do one of those speedy up type things, rather than you sitting there watching me drill a hole in real time. I will do it all speeded up so you don't get bored. But hopefully you will see the first 2 in the next video you will see the first two modules constructed and then bolted together. Exciting times. Really looking forward to this. Okay, so that's it for now, and I'll speak to you again soon. Hello everyone, it's Graham again from Lakeside, and it's now the following day from the previous video. I did go down to B&Q and get some more timber and some more MDF. I've got 8 lengths of 2x1 and 4 more bits of MDF, which I think should be enough now to be cracking on. I intend to make 2 modules today to go along this side. So what I'm going to do next is to I've got all my dimensions sorted out, so I will mark all this lot up and saw it up, and then I will bring it up here and assemble it. I'll saw it down in the garage so that I don't make a huge mess up here. Now, several people made comments on the very first video I did when I said about redoing Lakeside and doing it in MDF, and they were quoting Richard over at Everard Junction, what a horrendous job he had when he was using MDF, it all warped and everything. I've had Lakeside running for 6 years, and I was using 9mm MDF, which is what this is, and I've got some here which is left over from the previous Lakeside, so that's at least 6 years old, not an ounce of warping in it. So I'm sorry, you know, but if you see the place where Richard had his MDF, it was horrendous to say the least. It was incredibly damp up there. There was no insulation, and but bless him, he's rectified all that, and he's now using ply, I think. But I'm quite happy using MDF. There's been no problems with warping up here in Lakeside. There's not an ounce of damp in this room, especially since I've had the aircon fitted. It's been on permanently since October, I think, was when I had it fitted, October, November time. It's never been switched off, and it's always been at a constant 16 degrees. In fact, there you go. If I show you that, if I can get it to, there you go, 16 degrees, and it's been like that ever since October, November time. It's perfectly dry up here, but I will be sealing it like I did Lakeside, the first one. The new MDF I will seal, so that should stop if there is any dampness, which there isn't. If there is, that will stop any warping. So I take on board what people are saying about MDF. Yes, I know that there is problems with MDF if it's in the wrong environment. This room here is not the wrong environment. So MDF it will be, and not ply. So that's it for the moment, and you will see me assembling the 2 modules up here. I'm going to have to move this timber so I've got a bit of room to work, plus move some of this stuff over this side, because I want to actually at the end of the day put the 2 modules along here so that I can see what it's going to be looking like, and I can probably at that stage just rest some of the stuff on top of the module too. I've got 2 lots of adjustable feet coming for each module. They're coming Tuesday, so I'll be able to put those underneath the legs, bolt the 2 together and level it out using the adjustable feet. So that's the plan for today, apart from the adjustable feet obviously, but that's the plan today. So hopefully by the end of the day I'll have 2 modules set up. Okay, so let's get started. Right, hello again. The first module is now complete, as you can see, apart from the legs. So that's what I shall be doing next. I've been told apparently that we are going out this afternoon. So I'm only going to get one done today. I might, depending on what time I get back, crack on and do the second one. I'd like to get both done today if I can, but if not, then I'll make the second one tomorrow. But now I've made the first one and I know how it goes together and it works. It's very strong and reasonably light too, so that's pleasing. I made a hash of drilling these holes wrong, but I can fill those, that's not an issue. But yeah, no, apart from that it went very well. I'm very pleased with it. So two of these joined together, plus the two corners, which are quite lengthy in themselves, should give me a good layout. So that's the width there, and that's going to give me a good width across there with 4 tracks and scenery and platforms and turntables and sheds and so forth. So yeah, it's coming on well. The reason for I've put on the wider ends here is so that I can use that as a mounting surface to join the next one to it. I didn't want to join it just using this 2x1 timber, so I've utilised that, which should do admirably. I may just put another piece of 2x1 along here and here. I don't know yet, I might do. But it seems strong enough anyway. You saw me walking up and down on it, so if it can take my weight, then I'm sure it can take a little loco. Okay, right, I shall shut down this now and construct 4 legs and put those on, and then it'll be a case of waiting until Tuesday before I can put the adjustable feet on the bottom. But we're getting there, it's the start. So that is the first module. Okay, so I'll speak to you again later. Hello again everyone. Right, the first module is basically complete apart from some cross bracing on the legs, which I need to do, but even without that it's still really quite rigid already, so that's absolutely brilliant. It's not very heavy, thankfully, and if I move them then obviously the legs will be coming off, so it will be even lighter. What else? The height, I've done that so that I can get the cabinets underneath, which I can do. So this is the perfect height for me, and it's also the perfect depth too. I can reach every single part of that without overstretching, and it allows me to have lots of access for turntables, buildings, scenery, while I have the 4 tracks on. And that's really the ideal scenario I want, is to have 4 tracks going all the way around the layout, as you know. So that really is the kind of datum point, and then the rest can spread out from there on. On the other side, I may separate these two, and so I will have something here, and it won't be dead straight, it will be nice gentle curves as well, just to give a little bit of break from the straight track going through the platforms. Yeah, so that's about it really. As I said, I've got to go out now, so I can't complete the second module, but it's going to be exactly the same as this, and the other 3rd and 4th module will be exactly the same too. But at least I know in principle now this all works. It's come out lovely, nice and flat and sturdy. It's not heavy. The legs probably weigh more than the actual board. So get the bracing on and the other module built, and then I can seal this, and that'll be done then. So good day's work. well, it's not really a day's work, it's half a day's work. But now I'm sorry if the video has dragged on long enough. I'm going to, in the editing, try and shorten it as much as I can. It's probably, I want to try and keep it for less than half an hour, but that's going to be touch and go, I think. Okay, right. I will speak to you later, and hopefully when I do speak to you, then the second module will be built, and maybe even a quarter unit too. Okay, so bye for now, and Lakeside is underway. Tip top. Cheers for now. Bye.